So for the longest time, I ignored all the hype around Mob Psycho 100. I mean, everyone was telling me to watch it. My friends, my mom, even my cat. But I was stubborn and didn't listen, like telling Edward to drink his milk. I thought, man, I already watched One Punch Man. Why else would I need to watch Mob Psycho? And while One Punch Man was a tasty appetizer, I never really finished it. Don't at me. But was I in for a surprise when I finally gave Mob Psycho 100 a chance? Let me tell you, it blew me away like a Category 5 hurricane. So today, we're going to explore why everyone should give it a chance. First, let's talk about the animation, because the animators put their whole foot in this. Not only the fight scenes, but regular scenes like this are great. At first, I thought the character designs were a little annoying because most people look like a copy and paste of Saitama. But eventually, I was like, whatever. But in the end, I actually think the simple character designs worked out in their favor. Because when compared with their fight scenes, I think it elicits more of a reaction because of how much they contrast each other. And what I mean by that basically is when you have a character like Goku, who's dripped out, looks cool as shit, effortlessly transformed into Super Saiyan, our reaction of excitement is expected because, you know, Goku is cool, so of course he's gonna do some cool shit. But when a regular character like Bobby turns into him, no, not him, the reaction is like... And those transformation scenes had me hyped. But as I said, this show does a great job of balancing intense moments and regular/less intense moments. And after watching this show, I think I have a new definition for clown, troll, whatever you want to call it. Whenever this man was on screen, I knew I was about to be laughing like. One of my favorite parts with him was towards the end of the season when he showed up to the Esper base and he had everyone believing he was the boss. I was like, oh snap, he's really the head honcho. This man really had me fooled.
You know what they say, fool me once, strike one. But fool me twice, strike three.
The crazy part is he was rolling with it too, giving orders to people that could probably beat his ass. But I love his relationship with Mob, even though he was underpaying him like crazy. But something that I really liked about the show was how Mob went around telling everybody that they're not special because he's the MC. Nah, JK. But seriously, one of the main themes that the show pushes through Mob and other people's stories as well is the fact that people with powers aren't special and they aren't above others. They're just regular people that can do something that other people can't. And this is really interesting because usually, even though they don't say it, anime main characters act like they're him, while Mob tries to settle things like acting like a regular person. Like, can you imagine Mob walking to the Frankie family, telling them to apologize to Usopp and then asking for the money back? This man would get his ass beat, but then he would go ahead and demolish them. But that makes me like Mob as a main character even more because he's such a fresh take on a main character's attitude. I love the way they enforce this message though through the arc of Mob's brother, Ritsu. First of all, I knew Ritsu was a little jealous of his brother, but he really showed how envious he was of his brother when he started getting his powers. He really decided to switch to the dark side just to be able to use his abilities, and the whole time he was beating people up, he thought the show was called Ritsu 100. But Mob had to show him that he ain't nothing special. And I feel like this theme of people with abilities thinking that they're top dog is gonna be a recurring thing, and Mob is gonna have to act like that reality check for people to let them know that they ain't shit. But season 1 was great, and I can't wait for season 2. So some of my predictions for season 2/season 3, obviously the organization of Espers will run into Mob and the crew again, and I think Mob Sensei might get some type of power because there's no way that he's gonna go this whole series without having an ability of his own. It has to be something like he's gonna be like a medium or something like that. I don't even care if it's something small, it's gotta be a little something. Next, Dimple is gonna end up being one of Mob's best friends by the end of the show. I just see that coming. And Mob is obviously gonna make more friends with other Espers after beating them and showing them the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
And Mob and the reporter girl are obviously going to end up going out. There's no way he's going to end up going out with his crush. I think that's just, people have a plan, but it never goes to how they plan it to, or whatever. So that's it for today's video. You can actually follow me on Twitter to see my live reaction and live tweets as I'm watching season 2, and also subscribe so you know when the season 2 review is coming out. Peace.
You didn't know that I could flow. You didn't know that I could flow. But I got this little light in me. Hold on, world, I'm about to let you see. Let me say first,